It's Occupy the Child with Elixir.
Hello everyone, I welcome you once again to Occupy the Child with Elixir, and my name is Elizabeth. Today we're going to be discussing the third episode in the series Holidays Are Here, What Next? I started this series 2 weeks ago, and if you have been following my recent videos, you will notice that I introduced the topic Holidays Are Here and What Next. And then last week we discussed some things you can actually engage your children and teens with throughout this long holiday, all through the months of August and into September, because we wouldn't want our children to just while away their time and do basically nothing. Okay, so today I'm going to be discussing two major points, and these points are reading. Engage your children in reading. And the second point is teach them a skill. Enroll them to learn a skill. It will really help them in future. So we're going to go to the first point, which is reading. Did you ever notice that your children do not like reading? Have you for once noticed that whenever you ask your children to go and read probably their Bible or some other material, they start giving you excuses like, Mom, I'm going to read, don't worry, or I'm tired, I don't feel like reading now. Or you find them go watch television instead of reading. It's not good at all. There's a saying that goes thus: readers are leaders. So if your children do not learn to read, if they don't find reading interesting, they may eventually not become leaders. They may not be able to have a say in daily conversations with people. So this is what you will do. I want to assume that you have already followed my advice in the previous videos and created a timetable for your children. If you have done that, then you want them to develop a love for reading. You want them to, grow an interest in reading. Get books that are age appropriate for them. If they are children under 5 years old, you can get them books for early readers. And if they are above 10 years, you can get, higher books for them. And tell them to read the book and come back to you with a summary of the book. That is the only way you can ensure that they read that book. If you do not ask them to give you a summary of what they have read, they will definitely not read it. I know they won't read it. I have passed through that stage in life. I was once a child, I was once a teenager, so they won't read it if you don't ask them to provide a summary of what they have read. Let's say you give your 7-year-old child a storybook to read. Tell her, okay, let's assume that her name is Ada. You say something like, Ada, if you're able to finish reading this book and write a page summary of what you have read, I'm going to take you out. I'll get you ice cream, I'll get you pizza, I'll get you shawarma. Trust me, Ada is going to take that, reading that book seriously. She's going to read that book with all her heart because she will want to please you. She wouldn't want to disappoint you. And again, because she wants shawarma, she wants pizza, and she wants ice cream. So why don't you try that and tell me how it goes. Okay, to enroll them in learning a skill, I'm going to tell you what I have done for my children. Okay, I have enrolled 2 of my children in a French lesson because I do not just want them to know how to speak their native language and English language. Okay, I also want them to understand a foreign language. And I know that in as much as they do French in school, whatever they learn in school will not be enough for them to become experts in French language. So I thought it wise to enroll them in French lessons. I got my niece to come teach them French, and they are doing that right now. They are learning and they are getting better, adding to what they have learned in school. So I believe you should be able to also implement that. Get someone to teach them a language. Even if your children do not know how to speak your native language, you can enroll someone, you can engage someone to teach them your native language. And there are some situations whereby you wouldn't want to speak English to your children because of the people around you, and the best thing to do is to communicate with them with a language that you and your children understand. All right, and I also enrolled one of my children in a makeup class. She is going to learn how to make up this vacation, this long holiday. I want her to learn the skill of makeup because I know that whenever she grows up and go to the university, apart from her studies, she might also want to engage her skill in makeup. So it's very, very necessary. It's important for you to think of a skill you want your child to, be good in. Go ahead and ask your child, what do you want to do? What are you good at? Do you want to learn how to barb hair? Do you want to learn how to swim? Do you want to learn how to sew? Do you want to learn fashion designing? And their response will guide you into making a decision for them. It will. So make sure that your children learn a skill this holiday. Make sure they develop their love in reading. Make sure they develop an interest in reading. When your children read books, if they read books, let's say they are able to read up to 5 or 6 story books and study books before the new section begins in September, they would have developed in knowledge. Their knowledge about things will become vast. That is the importance of reading. A lot of children these days do not like reading, especially those that have access to Android phones and devices. They prefer to press their phones, they prefer to surf the net, they prefer to watch videos rather than reading. Reading is not out of vogue, it is still in vogue. So let's try and do this, and by the end of the holiday you would give yourself a thumb up. Have you gotten something today from the video? I trust yes. Then please go ahead and like this video, share it with your friends and family, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel, Occupy the Child with a Listen. Subscribe so you can get subsequent videos when I upload them. Thank you for being with me, and catch you in my next video. Bye.
Thank you for watching.